Hey there! Welcome to the Paper Cabin. We're two teachers who homeschool our own kids. We create practical resources to support real learning and real life. As our children got older, we realized that they needed more than just a place to write down assignments. They needed a system that would help them learn to plan ahead, manage their time, stay organized, and take ownership of their responsibilities. These aren't just school skills, they're life skills. And that's why we created the Student Planner. Whether your child is homeschooled, attends a traditional school, takes co-op classes, follows online, or follows a combination of different learning styles, this planner was designed to grow with them. Our hope is that over time it becomes much more than a planner. We hope that it gives students agency over their own learning, encourages responsibility and independence, and helps them build the planning and organizational skills that they'll carry into adulthood. Our goal isn't simply to raise successful learners, it's to help raise confident, capable, lifelong learners. This is an undated book, so students can start anytime and simply pick up where they left off if life gets busy. I have 3 of the different 4 cover versions available here. I don't have the 4th one with me, but they are available on our website as well as in PDF format in case you prefer to print off the pages that you want or to print extra pages. These books are also 5-month tracker planners, so they're semester based, which is mainly because of the size of them. We just couldn't fit 12 months into one book. It would have been way too big for a student to carry. And we think that 5 months is sort of ideal for a nice semester transition into a new book. Because it's undated, students can start anytime and simply pick up where they left off if life gets busy. Let's take a look inside and I'll show you all the different pages and features. We start out with a student planner title page and table of contents. Each month begins with a schedule on the left and a little quote, as well as a calendar for the month. Notice that each week is color coordinated, and that will become obvious here. So the blue week starts with blue, then the orange week comes next. Then we also have monthly assignments and test trackers. So what's happening that month that your child needs to remember? Get it written down right at the beginning of the month and then add to it throughout the month. Here's an example of the week at a glance pages. These are written and bound right into every copy so that your child can refer to them and remember how to fill out the pages. So it's scaffolded in a way that they can take a look at what has been written here and then maybe write down similar things for their own week. So this is a week at a glance. It starts with a quote or a motivation, then a goal for the week, important deadlines, events, and appointments. What are they reading right now? Their reading log or reading the things that they have to finish reading. What are their top priorities for the week? What are their daily tasks that they need to do? Some notes. And then we have the weekly page, the dates here. And then this is filled in for different subjects. So language arts, math, science, social studies, art and music, extracurriculars, and then home and around the house. And this part down here is the brain dump. Then we have 1 week at a glance page every week. So your student can fill this out at the beginning of every week. And then we have daily pages for each day of that week. And again, the first daily page in the book is filled out so that your student can see and understand really easily what they could possibly write, what kinds of things they could write on this page. So today's schedule, must do today, if I have time, brain dump, and things to remember for tomorrow. At the top, there's the date, which day of the week it is. They can fill that in or circle it, and then how I feel. We just thought that was a nice thing to keep track of. So we have daily pages for this week, and then we have a reflection for each week. So what went well this week and what could I improve, as well as some space for thoughts and doodles. So again, these are filled out. The first example in each book of every page is filled out with some suggested ways to use this so the students can understand. New week is a new color. So second week is orange. Third week is green. Again, they start out with the week at a glance, and then the daily pages, and then the reflection spread, and into the next week. So every week is the same. We've included 5 weeks for every month because it's hard to know which month you might need the 5th week. So if you don't use the purple week each month, that's fine. Then the next month starts with a graph page and a quote, and a calendar, and a monthly assignment and test tracker, and back to week at a glance. So you get an idea of how the flow is in this book. So I'm just going to flip through to the back to show you what's in the back. These pages are the bulk of the book. This book is this is a 5-month planner. So it's great for a semester. If you're following a semester, it's also just great to break it up so that the book doesn't get too long, and you're able to plan and write everything down. A page for each day plus a weekly spread. It's just going to be a huge book. So we wanted to break it down into smaller chunks for you. The next section is study plans and trackers. So we have study plans, which breaks down for the student, study for 15 minutes, then take a 2-minute break, study for 15 minutes, take a 2-minute break, and the student can plan out how much time they want to spend, and then check off whether they completed it or not, and then write some reflection notes at the bottom. There's a few of these pages for them, depending on what they're studying. And then we have a book log where students can color in or write down the names of the books that they read every time they finish a book. Again, movies on this page, what are the movie titles, and a star rating system for the movies that they watch. This next page is for recording podcasts and audiobooks that your child might be listening to. We know that learning happens everywhere, so these pages encourage students to become curious, lifelong learners by recognizing that education doesn't stop when the school day ends. So that's why we've included books, podcasts, documentaries in here so that they can write all that down. The next page here is for tracking their screen time. It's not about telling students what they should or shouldn't do. We just want to provide these pages simply to encourage awareness, because we believe that as students begin paying attention to how they spend their time, they naturally develop healthier habits and learn to make thoughtful choices for themselves. So sometimes just taking it and writing it down and recognizing what they've been doing with their time is really helpful and valuable. The next section here is for goals. So this is actually all filled out for them. There's a place to write the goal down. So in this case, I want to be more confident speaking out loud and giving presentations. What will motivate me to complete my goal? Write it down. Resources, books, websites, and people who can help me learn. Who can I go to for support? And then what will I do each month to complete my goal? September, October, November, December, all the way through the year. This is just an example here. We've left them some blank pages, and we've also left the months blank because it may not be a 12-month goal and you might be starting in February. This is a tracker section. So for example, daily reading, you could use it for exercise, for attendance, whatever it is that they want to track. And then a place for your student to record their logins, their websites and apps that they really like, their passwords on this page, places that they go on the internet that they need to be able to access. And at the end, there's lots of pages, dot grid pages for jotting down notes, scribbling things down, drawing or doodling, whatever your student likes to do. This book comes in 4 different versions. Again. And it also comes as a PDF version, so you could download and print the pages that you need or want, or print extras of the pages. These are all available on our website, thepapercabin.com, and we hope that this is helpful for you. Thank you.